Let's get started. (1785) Friedrich Kalkbrenner. Pianist. Before Chopin, Thalberg, and Liszt, he was considered one of the best pianists in Europe of his time. His technique was known as a factory for aspiring virtuosos, and he trained several students in Paris. He composed more than 200 pieces for piano, concertos, and operas. His father was a bandmaster, violinist, organist/pianist, and composer. He taught one of the most acclaimed pianists in Britain in the late 19th century, Arabella Goddard. 1880 John Folds. Composer. Part of the British Renaissance musical movement, he is recognized for his light music and theatre music. Among his works are Three Mantras, a work done between 1909 and 1930, and Essays in the Modes, between 1920 and 1927. His piece World Requiem was performed at the Royal Albert Hall in 1923. His father was part of the Halley Orchestra. His most remembered theatrical production is the first presentation of St. Joan, George Bernard Shaw. In this series, we're paying homage to the musical legends who were born on this day. From rock and roll pioneers to jazz greats, we'll take a closer look at the lives, careers, and legacies of these talented artists. Whether you're a fan of their music or just curious to learn more, join us as we celebrate the birthdays of these iconic musicians. 1944 Keith Emerson. Composer, keyboardist. One of the most accomplished and technical keyboardists, he was a member of the VIPs, The Nice, and Emerson, Lake and Palmer. He has been part of soundtracks for movies like Nighthawks, Inferno, and Godzilla, Final Wars. He studied classical music as a child and co-founded the group The Best alongside The Who's bassist John Entwistle. 1947 Dave Pegg. Bassist. From the Fairport Convention Group, this multi-instrumentalist has also worked as a music producer. He has played and recorded with Jethro Tull and the Ian Campbell Folk Group. After working with the Uglies in the late 60s, he co-founded The Exception. He played on several albums with Nick Drake. In his early years, he played with The Way of Life, whose members included Robert Plant, later of Led Zeppelin. 1957 Carter Buford. Drummer. Founding member of the Dave Matthews Band. Rolling Stone ranked him number 10 on the Greatest Drummers of All Time list. He has played with John Popper of the Blues Brothers. If you remember anyone on this list, let me know. Which one is your favorite? To learn more, take a look at the description of this post. Remember that if you like the content, you can share the link, subscribe, and give it a thumbs up. This was a program for Music and Life by Karlos M. Created by Rune KM Productions.